No. Listen here, equipment, all the electronics in the room. You don't get to quit until I say you get to quit, okay? I'm like Bane from Batman. Your punishment must be greater.
That's a good impression.
You cannot die until I allow you to die.
Wait, is this Bane?
Yeah, he had
Dude,
such a goofy voice. He had kind of this
Dude,
songy
I was
type of
born
voice.
in the dark.
When he does the backhand, he's like, oh, and he starts fighting. I'm like,
I was born in the dark. You
born in it. Doesn't matter who I am.
I saw a clip that like they wanted him to have like a more gravelly voice, and he was doing that in passing, which I feel like is something super common on movie sets where you guys are just kind of fooling around and somebody goes, run that. It's like Bryan Cranston, the guy who was Walter White in Breaking
100.
Bad. He did an extra role on Seinfeld where he was the dentist.
Yep.
And he ends up taking a hit of the nitrous before he gives it to Seinfeld, and it was like a tip. Yeah. Or it was like a tag that some random electrician on the ladder gave him. Like, you know what would be funny? You should take a hit of it before you give it to him.
Yeah.
So that's me. I'm the guy on the ladder. I just throw tips. And I have a podcast. Welcome to,
Improving on set has to be pretty fun, too, though, to some degree. Like,
so I have a whole... It's terrible. I have a whole
it's 12 o'clock right now,
piece of paper.
It's past noon.
Dedicated to like one-liners I want to introduce or like improvs I want to introduce because of like the influences throughout growing up. So
love it, dude.
Yeah.
You're a big health guy, dude. You're looking good. You're making me feel bad over there, all shredded.
Don't.
Your own merch.
Don't.
Just looking crispy.
The health thing, man, I'm at that point now where like I am at a constant burn rate. Like I was completely overweight like 2-3 years ago, and then that's where just things were just happening.
The before picture in this scenario, by the way. Before, after.
Take it off.
Get to the shredded, dude.
Take it off.
I'm pasty. People don't want to see this level of white. They'll be blind.
I tucked my... And I can't... It's going to be a lot.
I'll do the truffle shuffle for you real quick.
Let's go.
Welcome back to this episode of the Naturals Pod. As always, I'm Uncle Kyle, seated on the other end of the couch, checking his phone right at the top of the episode. The man who runs it all, Sweet Derek, the producer.
What up, Natty? Let's go.
Today, we have a very special guest, looking like a young, shredded, half Filipino Stallone. Anthony Hord, welcome to the show.
Stallone?
Right, I could do that, yeah.
You need a bigger nose. We'd have to like go out and pop you a couple times so you could fucking look a little more Stallone, dude. Stallone
Beat
got
him
a
up
schnoz.
He's not Stallone enough. Beat him up a little. That's
dude, his like his story with creating the first Rocky though is like really inspiring how he wrote the script, and then they said you don't get to act in that, we want the script, and he held on it like dead broke and was like, no, I am playing this part, and like look at where he is now. It is a pretty cool story.
He's still struggling with that, right? I don't know if it's resolved yet, but like they didn't do a full payout or something, like the rights or something.
Oh really? Oh shit, I didn't know that. It's
I don't know if
crazy,
he
though.
has Rocky completely under his thing.
But I remember he just had to fight for that to actually be in the movie
100.
too, and it's like he's the perfect Rocky.
He's still balling out. He's doing the Tulsa King show, which is pretty cool. It's just funny because like him, Tom Cruise, no shade to my short kings out there.
Dog.
He's somebody that like that's the beauty of filmmaking is they make him look like this like a main character, like he has a certain stature and stuff because it would be so cool to meet him, but I can't imagine, like, in my mind, meeting him, we're looking in the eye, dude, because he's like this big bad motherfucker.
Yeah. He's like an action figure compared to you, you know? Like, you almost want to pick him up.
Yeah. No,
I would not, Sly. I would not pick you up. He'd punch you right in the face, dude. The gangster would come out immediately.
But I've met Tom Cruise in person, and he's a small guy. I have, yeah. So it's a pretty cool story. There was I don't think I've talked about this before. So we this was when I was a younger kid, went to Disneyland, and my dad smoked at the time, and at the airport you had to go outside the airport, so we go outside, and I wanted to join him, and there's like a black bus. There's a black bus just chilling to the side, and we're like, what is... And we look down, and there's like film crew, and they're sitting. We're like, what is good? And my dad looks at me. He's like, I bet you there's someone really important, like really big in that bus. And dude, right after saying that, one security guard, and out walks Tom Cruise.
Dope.
And Tom Cruise
F-16s flew overhead, and a bald eagle cried, and you heard a sweet lick on your guitar.
So this is the crazy part. It's just me and my dad. It's like it's super early in the morning, and he walks over to us. And he's like,
wait, what?
He walks over to us and is like, hey, guys, dude, it was mind blowing.
Put it on his resume,
and he's
approached
like,
by Tom Cruise.
He's like, hey, guys. And we're like, oh, my God, like, what? Like, this is crazy. Your Tom Cruise is so cool. He's like, yeah, I'm just here to film. And guess what that movie was he was filming? What? Jerry Maguire, dude.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Show me the money.
Yeah. But it was cool. So he sat and talked to us for like 10 to 15 minutes. I had that little autograph book in Disney, and I left it on the freaking by the seat, so I couldn't even get a sign or nothing. But, dude, after like 10, 15 minutes, he's like, well, I got to go shoot, guys. It was great talking. And he left. I'm like, whoa, it was just fucking cool. It was like, so I'll always remember that shit. And I'm like, so for anyone that talks shit about him and thinks about I have just such a good fond memory of that. I'm like, he's a fucking cool ass dude.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to do that.
Scientology stuff aside, I would say I have respect for him because he's tough.
Yeah.
Because I think in the most recent Mission Impossible movie,
he does his own stunts, which is insane.
And he's going to do that leap from building to building. Yeah. He's a touch short, smashes the leg in the building, and even watching it, you're going, that hurt.
Yeah.
And he gets up and hobbles off camera. Yeah. And apparently he did shatter his leg. So, I mean, I respect the dedication to the shot. He was like, we got to get it done, dude.
The airplane scene is insane, too, though, where he literally is hanging on and they really flew the plane in the air, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, you're insane, dude.
I think he specifically said, too, I didn't realize, like, bugs or even just air or even the tiniest rock feel like bullets hitting your face.
Oh, yeah. He's like a Travis Pastrana type where he needs to do insane shit to feel alive.
Dude, Red Bull is not a drinking company. It's not an energy drink company. It's all these crazy stunts.
Would you
Tom
do
Cruise
your own
doesn't
stunts?
do cocaine. Cocaine does Tom Cruise.
Right.
That's how hardcore he is.
Let's go. That should be on a shirt.
That's a great line.
That's
And
new
it should be a
merch.
thumbs up.
Tom Cruise hanging off the plane, dude.
Do my own stunts?
Yeah, would you do your own stunts?
Yeah, 100. I actually got recently asked, like, hey, do you feel comfortable on a motorcycle? And I was like, yeah, I feel comfortable. They're like, we'll just have you pull off and then get on and off, and that's it. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm willing to learn, I just feel like whenever you're watching your action heroes and they're doing it, you can tell, even if it's the side profile or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie, dude. I've watched John Wick 1 through 4, and when I don't see his face, I'm like, I understand. Like, they had to do a very unique stunt here where he sprints, slides on his legs, and comes back up. And we all know
his knees are bad.
That run is not healthy.
Cancel.
Yeah, he needed a slide cancel. We all know Keanu ain't healthy in the knees right now. So
he's not.
No, but yeah, dude, I'd do my own stunts as long as it would allow the story and the audience just to feel it. Because, dude, Tom Cruise, my favorite stunt is not even like a drastic one, but episode 3, where he's, oh my God, so cool. He's running towards camera. The camera's pulling back, and there's this giant jet that flies over, blows up something, and the afterwave shock from the explosion launches him into a car. He falls down, looks up, and the jet flies overhead, and he continues going. I'm like, dude, that, like, when you can do that,
it's cool shit.
You feel like you're in there. So,
that's cool shit.
Well, you did the movie Homestead, and that looks super intense because they had you fully kitted.
Yeah.
That would be my worst fear in that situation is like, don't fall. You're supposed to look tactical. And I see you in your clips that you put on social media in the gym, and you're practicing movements and stuff. And I think a lot of people scoff at that, or they're like, oh, he's being goofy. But it's a muscle memory thing. So if you want to look like a Navy SEAL in a movie, you have to practice those movements. So it's just like, it's secondhand. It's not even something you're consciously thinking about.
Yeah, it's all a mix and mesh, right? So on set, the whole outfit, the whole ordeal when we're wearing it, we get away with a lot. Like the pads that are in the armor plates, it's not real armor, obviously. And so we're able to like sprint, go up and down, go back to one. And people, I love it on set. Like they don't scoff at it. They're like, dude, that's your job. You don't need to be the Navy SEAL, right? Like you need to go back to one if we mess up, because it's not you. It's the technical. It's the sound. It's the airplane overhead. It's lunch. We got to make time. So
got to be able to bang out them reps, man.
Bang out the reps. And so it goes down to that. And I'm like, okay, so go back to one, right? That's the idea I have. So when I go to Planet Fitness, low key, Planet Fitnesses are everywhere. So every time I have a job, I always have a gym. I always have a shower. So yeah, I'm in Planet Fitness doing these moves, And then there's that awesome joke where you see those radical dudes working out and that don't make sense. And I fall into that place. And so actually one of my videos popped off like 4K views. And I'm just like, wow, that's a lot. I haven't seen that. And there's a lot of people that totally crap on it. But I'm just like, but I look at their profiles and I'm like, it would just be mean if I messaged you back. It would just be mean.
Well, it would be hella funny because there's so many people that get upset when they're recording in a public gym.
Yep.
And it would be funny if somebody comes into your shot and you like use them as cover or you take them as a hostage and shit for the video.
So I think a lot of like couples, I don't know, I feel like they do, I could be so wrong, but they flex by standing near me in some of the videos. I don't know if you noticed, but some people walk really close. And then I'm like, I don't know if they're trying to like actually get hit by me, because there's sometimes where like I'm listening to like my favorite song and I'm getting into it. I need to, and I don't want to hit somebody, but some people get close and then some people get shy. They're doing their reps and I hit record. They can see me and they just stop. And they just sit there on this row machine. I'm like, oh, I know.
One of the funniest
turn around
reels,
and cheer them on, be like, yeah,
they're the before and after photo. Yeah.
One of the funniest reels I've seen on social media was this chick like set up to record, and this dude was doing like the push-ups or something.
Sure.
So every time he went like down in the push-up, his face would go right into her camera.
He was doing the machine. I think it's like lower back where you can hold a weight and lean over, and then you.
But he was just distracting.
Yeah, but his head was bobbing in and out of frame while she's trying to do her booty video.
It was so funny, and he knew he was doing it. It was hilarious. That guy's a legend, dude. That shit was hilarious.
Dude, all they need to do is just add like text and go. That's funny, bro.
You need to get like some Teflon knee pads and just straight slide cancel in the gym and just have clips of you just
bro. So you say that, but I've been practicing off camera and I want to implement it because a lot of the weapons and like myself, dude, I always want to bring like this idea that if I'm playing a military dude, there has to be some type of fun training that I've done. And paintball's been one of those things. I just haven't been able to participate lately, but dude, I just love paintball and that sport.
He got them rapid fingers.
Oh yeah, baby. But the slide cancel's a real tactic in that game. Especially when you're doing speedball. Like,
competitive paintball is intense.
I wish it was a major sport. It is, but it's more on the extreme end. It's not like an Olympic. And I'm like, dude, it does though. Anyway, so the slide canceling and whatnot, people joke because they're so used to playing video games. But I'm like, dude, that can become a real tactic. And then I saw some airsofters. They were doing it. And I'm like, okay, so low key, who else is doing it that's kind of on that spectrum that wouldn't look weird? John Wick 4, he utilizes being on his knees a lot. Adjusting to position, the nunchuck scenes. Yo, chat. Pause. He's used to it.
No disrespect, Keanu. You were on your knees tactically, so
the knees.
I love Keanu, dude.
But no, dude, like I want to implement all that stuff.
The airsoft guys go hard. Like I see the little POV GoPro videos of them running through a house, and people get mad. They're like, "You can't go full auto," and they'll switch the gun to full auto and go, "This is full auto," and then they hit it just straight. But it's all about the finger roll, ladies. It's all about the finger roll.
My right hand's better.
So Anthony, I would like to know a little bit about your experience on like being on a movie set and shit, dude. Kind of how did that come about and all that kind of stuff? What was that experience like?
So just watching a ton of movies and being curious about it as a kid, because I thought these were like documentaries. And then I realized, Wolverine claws are terrible to come out your hand. That would be terrible. And then Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan together, like I finally separated it and I was like, what is it that makes a movie? How do you do that? And it came down to just getting a power shot camera for the first time on one of my birthdays. And I was recording my friends at school and whatnot. We were making music videos, like literally holding the CD player with PC speakers next to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have a boy band?
Well, I love boy bands, dude.
Oh my god!
Like
the pause.
Backstreet Boys is my shit, but like with the boys, like me hanging out, we loved Linkin Park, we loved Creed growing up. It was everything that our big brothers were listening to, you know, like. Our big brothers had the Xbox and the Monster energy drink and the cigarettes. And
they were racing around in a Chevy Cavalier. Just
they were pushing
from
hard.
Nickelback.
Just a couple animals.
Come on, baby, get in.
And like literally, I'm wearing like the Wiggles T-shirt. I'm like, whoa, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna take that off. Yeah. So, anyways, it was just. I saw movies kind of influencing people and all these things. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to get involved. And so after high school and making, videos for school, for projects and hanging out with friends, I joined my uncle doing video work / editing work for, I would guess you just say like a TV production, right? So
Yeah,
we
that's
just did
sick.
local commercials and got sick of it. It ended up getting to a point where I was doing the same commercial for the same client, but a different phone number. And I mean, 7 years of that. I mean, you got to talk about like, oh my gosh, every month. And it was cool. I got to learn a little bit, but overall, it's like, where's the narrative though? Like,
yeah, I hate repetitive work. I'm the same way, man.
me and my
I need
uncle
a
were
little-
going to
I
the
need a little
movies,
flavor.
and I was just asking him, like, how come we're not even like filming a high-end Honda commercial, like to go at like, 100 miles per hour in the desert, Honda. Like nobody's gonna do
Yeah.
it, but like I would want to film that. We couldn't get to that level, and so I decided, I found out that Better Call Saul season 6 is filming in New Mexico. They need background. They need people
Love that show.
to be.
Love
They
that
needed local
show.
hires to get on crew, and I was like, what an opportunity. So we did out. We went out and did that, and then it just evolved to where I was doing background. Then I was curious about agents, and then progressively I was doing an indie film called VR. And by the end of completing it, I had a buddy on there. His name's Roger Ivans. He came up to me and he's like, hey, man, you should really get an agent. I'm like, okay, here's the conversation. And I came back at it with him. I'm like, low key, like, what type of work are you getting, though? And he's like, dude, I'm in Stranger Things season 4. I'm a helicopter
damn.
pilot. I take out the dad. And I was like, bro, that's checking off all the things I want.
He takes out the dad.
Yeah, he shoots him from a helicopter.
Oh.
And I'm like, bro, that's PG-13. He's playing a military role, and I see myself as that, And so progressively just started sending out my materials, what I had, to agents. And then Peter Yankee, my agent now, took a little jump on me. And then the interesting part about it, though, is I knew because I didn't pursue acting early on. I tried a little bit, but they were like, dude, you're the party kid. You're that little sexy bachelor. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to do these scripts where it's a bunch of chicks and we got drama. I want to kill bad guys. Like I'm watching Jason Bourne, Jason Statham, Jack Bauer, all the JBs, bro. James Bond.
out to the
At this
JBs.
point.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dude, give me a JB role, So I said yes to him and progressively just got roles. Nickelodeon was my first one, then progressively a few others, indies, and now Homestead is the major one, but not very many lines, but
Still
my
sick.
face was in a movie theater,
Yeah.
like down
we-
the street.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw that
it
and we
was super
posted you because it
exciting.
was cool. Because
Oh.
when we watched the movie, we're like, we know that guy. That shit was sick, dude.
Yeah,
It was
that's
cool
how.
seeing
That's
it.
the progression.
And it's so cool because the lead actor Neil McDonough,
Yeah.
I've seen him in movies
Yeah.
for years. He was in Walking Tall with the
yeah.
Rock.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was in Minority Report with
Yep.
Tom
Yeah.
Cruise,
He's in
and
so
he's
much
played
shit.
like both sides, bad
Those-
guy and good guy.
those
so,
blue eyes?
Yeah,
Those blue eyes are
piercing
real. No,
blue
they're
eyes.
real, dude. They're really
Yeah.
piercing in real life. Crazy.
That's crazy. The thing that was kind of funny though,
Please.
in
And
all
he was in
honest,
Tulsa King.
Rip
is
into
that
it, dude.
When we saw him, we couldn't remember his name. We knew
You
he's been in
didn't
so
have to
many
say that,
movies.
That's-
I'm so sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
it's an
I
effect,
Shout out Neil
though.
McDonough, dude. We didn't know your name, but like you've been
it's-
everywhere.
It's a whole rebrand effect though, because he's in a hero's light.
Yeah, he's in so many movies.
He's dropped some real news on people, and that shifted Hollywood to turn a little bit. And then he's with Angels, partnering with them. And I didn't understand it. That's the crazier part. If we have time to dive into it, but
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not know what I was stepping into for Homestead. I knew the audition, and for me, just growing up with all the materials I think are cool, I saw the first script that was sent to me for this character. I didn't get him, but I was like, I know what this is. Like this is Call of Duty. Like this is what I want to do with my life. And so I read it the way I wanted to portray it, and I felt like I did something cool. And then they called again, and it was just a weird time at calling, but they called again, and they were like, hey, you should play this other character. And it was a much softer side, and I didn't know how to play like a real softie with guns. I'm like, no, I want to ride the edge.
A gummy bear with an AR-15. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you say it, and I think you know the character that's in the show.
Yeah.
So I auditioned for that character, and I was like, if it happens, it happens. But I really like the other one, whatever. And then low key, dude, I was on my way to a whole new job. I was moving jobs and whatever, and I got a call from my agent. He's like, hey, good news and bad news. I'm like, all right, give me the bad news. I'm always down. And he's like, you didn't book any of the speaking roles. But I heard him say speaking role, and I was like, okay, well, what's the good news? And he's like, Homestead wants you, man. I'm like, to do what? And he's like, featured background, maybe a line. Your character's name is Rocco. And I was like, bro, I'm quitting today. I went into my job interview and I said, hey, I'm actually going to be gone next week. And they were like, we're just like, this is the interview process, but they could see it. They're like, okay, well, you're going to come back? I'm like, we'll find out. And they're just like, Anyways, that
I got the call. I gotta go, boys.
Yeah. Rocco's a dope character name, though. By the way,
absolutely so
and
much cool.
The scene is epic because chaos has just erupted, and you guys are doing like a tactical store run.
Yeah.
Yes,
you're posted up in the vehicle. You're scoping out the crowd. You're looking for threats. You're doing an analysis. Like, I loved it.
They toned me down. They were like, "What are you doing right now?" And where I'm sitting in the chair, I was actually sitting out the window. I was kind of holding on, but I saw the other actor, Manny McCord. He plays Bing, and the Navy SEAL in the show, and he was already radical. Like, he's riding the truck like a bull, you know. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know my spot. Let's tone it down. So even my performance, it was like, hey, don't do that. Like, I was encouraged to do something cool, and then they pulled it back, and I'm like, all right, I get where I'm at with the whole production. Like, I'm kind of that flexible little thing right now.
Yeah. So. You were smoldering.
Speaking with the eyes, man. Speaking with the eyes. So try him. Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to the Neil McDonough guy. He's really getting in deep with the Angel Studios. I see he has the other movie, I don't know at the time of recording, Last Rodeo that's coming out.
Yeah.
The cowboy stuff is super popular right now. You got all the Yellowstone iterations. I haven't really watched it. I've seen so much of it in YouTube shorts that I've basically watched it. But I like him a lot because he's somebody who maintains his own personal morals and principles. I've watched interviews where he has it in his contract. He doesn't do sex scenes. He doesn't kiss other women.
Wow.
Like he has a deep respect for his wife, and that relationship is more important than whatever character he's portraying. And I feel like he pulls off such a great villain because he looks like somebody that could just destroy the world, but at the same time, he has this cool, level-headed demeanor and those fucking eyes just locking in on you. It's like, it's crazy.
And I think we really see that in Homestead. You know, people have their opinions, but I think that's the most interesting, like, leading, humble, trying to keep control role.
Yeah, he's a leader in that. He really cares about these people. He's not trying to take control. He's trying to help people get through this crazy situation.
Yeah.
So as a movie guy, I'm curious, man, what would be some of the top movies that you love? Like, there's some of your go-tos where I love these films.
Easy. Like, I always have this lineup. So growing up, Lion King, that really influenced me as a kid. Middle school, Fight
Mufasa,
Club.
no.
You said you'd always be there for me.
Oh, man.
It's such a heartwarming story.
The first tragedy that we all experienced as children was Mufasa.
But then he's just like, F it, man. I'm going home and kicking some ass. Lion King, middle school, Fight Club, and then going further, Rambo. Then from there, all the heroes. But then, like, John Wick, Kingsman, Secret Service, man.
Kingsman's great, too.
I like the unique movies that are aware of what they're doing, but also keep the characters grounded in that reality they build. You know, that's fun. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Love it, dude. What would be, like, your dream acting role if you could choose one?
You know, at this point, seeing what other people honestly complain about, even the successful ones I've met, I would be happy somehow getting typecast in the energy I'm putting out in the world right now. But it could be a cartoon, it could be a video game, it could be a movie, it could be a TV series. As long as I'm able to return back to it and it's a franchise at some capacity, I would like to have a returning character. I could care less if I'm C-3PO. Like, it's like, as long as you're cared for and you get the Funko Pop, you get the toys, and, like, dude, the cool thing is, like,
we love merch around here. We like to be branded merch.
But, like, low-key, Disney's cashing in on Rocket Raccoon. Like, he gets the ride. Nobody else does. It's Rocket Raccoon's ride at Disney. And I'm like, okay, that's the gig I want to book eventually. And if you see my likeness on toys, like, you know I'm getting my cash. But if you see a kind of off-branded version of me, I ain't getting that cash.
I love it. But check out Horde Army merch. It's dope. And then also check out our merch, because we got merch now, boys. Let's go, Natty. Support the pod. Get some merch.
We're going to keep doing limited tees. We like doing fun.
We might have to make the Tom Cruise line a fucking tee. That line was gold.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What was it? Tom Cruise doesn't do cocaine. The cocaine does him.
He's got to have that big.
Have him hanging off the plane and the baggie is sniffing him.
Tom Cruise would think that goes hard.
Tom Cruise would sue us immediately.
No, I think he would respect how hard that goes, dude.
That's crazy. But you ain't Natty, bro.
As far as
you ain't Natty.
As far as dream actors to be as a man, I would have to go with Statham, dude. He's always just a bad.
Statham's
even
man,
bald. Like,
because I know we were talking about him, but you're like a deep fan, yeah.
Oh yeah, big Statham guy.
Dude, Transporter. What was your favorite, or what was your first? My first was, I think, Expendables, then Transporter.
Transporter was dope.
Yeah.
The Mechanic. I mean, he was in.
So what was your first Statham film?
what was it? Lock, Stock, and Two
That
Smoking
was your
Barrels
first?
or something? Yeah. I know he's been in the game for a long time.
I had to find that one. I had to find that one later.
Yeah.
What are you?
For me, like the Transporter would be my first one.
Mechanic
was
was
guy's
sick,
a
though.
badass.
Yeah.
Dude, Ben Foster's actually hard in that.
Yeah.
Transporter.
He's another guy who's typecast as just a loose cannon.
And he's that tiny look too.
Yeah, but he's somebody like he has that look like this is somebody you don't fuck with.
For me too, I like because like he's done like a lot of movies and some of them are like okay, but like the Beekeeper, the recent one that goes so hard, dude. That movie was so sick.
Taking
dude.
down scammers, you dirty little scammers.
Dude.
We hate you.
That's his career, and if you notice too, like. Dude, you don't remember, all right? Be a nerd if you want, but you don't remember any character name Jason Statham is given. It's Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Like, if you put his character name...
such a cold cut, because it's true. I don't remember any of them.
Dude, the only name you'll ever remember, the only name you'll ever remember is when Fast and Furious tries so effing hard and puts Hobbs and Shaw spin-off.
Yeah.
So you know it's... Shaw, but dude, you're just like Jason Statham.
I mean, you're spitting facts, dude. It's true. I couldn't name one, dude. But it's Jason Statham.
Those
and you're
movies
still
have a
like,
place too, just like the dumb action movies. It's
Not
just
even
a
dumb
giant
though. Like I get it,
explosion.
it is, but it's not. It's so badass.
I'm trying to remember what it's called, but he was like a former SAS assassin, and it's like it's super British. It's a super British movie. That's a good one too, but I can't remember what it's called. But they basically like assassinate a bunch of these other SAS dudes. God, what the hell is that? movie
Killer
called?
Elite.
Yes, Killer Elite, dude.
Dude, I watched
never a better title for a movie than that.
I watched that
shit is
movie.
aces.
I watched that movie back to back because I was interested in like why are my eyes and brain tingling right now? And it was the fact it was a 70s or late 60s story.
Yeah.
But it felt so present because of Statham and Robert De Niro. I'm like, what the heck? What are these outfits? What are these cars? Like, are they in a third world? And it's like, no, it's a different era. And I'm like, dude, that's the power of Statham. He can draw you in. Don't matter, you know.
Oh
timeless.
yeah, and all the little spy craft and the little staged assassinations, so it didn't look like a hit. That
hammer.
Made out of the tile from the bathroom.
Okay,
what?
And dude, you know what? I'm such a low actor, but like to look up to somebody like that and then see Clive Owen, who actually is willing to take a effing beating every other movie as a bad guy, like Jason Statham. I don't think it's glorified enough. Jason Statham opens up. He counters Clive Owen and freaking uppercuts his sack, dude. Yeah, those testicles went to his mouth.
Shout out Clive Owen. I like him too.
He's good too. Yeah.
He had that other. I guess we're shying away from the dumb action moniker, but it's just it's shoot 'em up. You've seen Shoot 'em Up where he's the protagonist.
I wouldn't
he has
say-
sex
look
with
at
a
this- look at
babe
this.
and shoots.
Correct.
I would say this better.
Paul Giamatti's like a psycho bad guy in that movie.
It's not dumb action. I call it mindless action, which is cool because
That's
it's like
even worse.
No, it's not because you go into the movie going, I don't want to think. I just want to enjoy and watch shit blown
Dude,
up and kick some ass. Like I don't really necessarily care about this intricate story. I just want to see Jason Statham go in there and
I say
just
that in
fuck
the most
people up.
respectful way.
Well, it's at the end of the day, dude. Storytelling, and then I hate that they have to call it stupid action, but it's energy. Like you feel that way when you're pumping weights, whether you're whatever. Like in your head, you feel energy, and when you watch something real, it kind of makes you quiet. You're like Zero Dark 30. When you throw that on, it's not like America. It's like holy shh. And that's real, and so that's cool. But dude, these movies that have the dumb action, they have a great place. Great place.
Yeah.
All right, so with you guys, I would love to do a little movie trivia if you guys are up for some trivia.
Yeah,
dude.
we
Get some
haven't
questions
we haven't
in there, do a little
challenged in a
challenge.
while.
So I'm gonna do Anthony, our guest, versus Uncle Kyle.
You might
here.
potentially get punished with me. For those of you who have been with us for a while, you remember these. We did the Hot Ones challenge. I did the Hot Ones challenge. Derek didn't do the hot sauce. I won't make this too horrible. This one's called The Last Dab, and this is rough. You will not enjoy this experience. It doesn't taste good. It's hot. You're half Filipino. I feel like hot stuff is in your wheelhouse.
You know what the
I
sucky thing
bless
is,
Filipinos. They love hot stuff.
They do, and the other half's Irish, so like this is kind of up that.
Oh yeah,
bloodline.
you got the super bland other half. I'm Irish German, and this one is whiskey smoked ghost. I think it's kind of sweet. I remember this one being pretty good, so we'll just do like a little dab on the spoon, and I think we'll answer questions. You can get you have two like lifelines where you can either get multiple choice or you can get a 50-50.
So I'll do at least the multiple choice right off the bat, but I'll
we'll
do like
only
I'll
do
take
one.
two away
We'll
or
only do
something.
one dab of hot sauce. So
Correct.
honestly, if you can get through the trivia unscathed, you might have no hot sauce. I'm gonna fuck
This
up.
literally went from like, hey, let's have a podcast, guys, to Hot Ones with spoons.
Yeah, we're chaos.
But
pods.
like, no, you
chaos
are, because dude,
pod.
where's my milk, dude? Like, I don't have no milk.
We can get you some.
We got,
do you need some?
Yeah, we might have to get. We can get you milk. You got coffee. Coffee and hot sauce is not going to be a good combo.
Okay, actually, that clip will go hard if I sip
It
black.
will, yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay, so
Stir the hot sauce into the coffee and then chug it. That would be horrendous.
so I got 10 questions. We'll go alternate questions. I want you guys to rock, paper, scissors for who goes first.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
One, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Bang, winner.
Ooh,
Let's go.
Kyle, got you.
Soul
Okay.
read.
So do you want to go first
Soul
or do you want to
read.
go second? I'll give you the option.
Second. I'm going second.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm not very smart, so here we go.
Oh, I got you, buddy. Okay, so first question here goes to Anthony.
Yeah.
The code in the Matrix comes from what food recipes? Sushi, dumplings, stir fry, or pad thai? The code in the Matrix comes from what food recipes?
What?
That's
What? That's an insane question.
You know what?
That's a
I
deep cut.
hate you because we did pre-talk.
Hold on. Say the question and the options again. That's an insane question. And you're not supposed to give him. I mean, you need the options
No,
on that
I'm going
one.
multiple choice on
You
that.
see why I don't like Derek not being included in challenges? Look at this sadist trying to punish us with a deep cut Matrix question. Keanu doesn't even know the answer to that. That's insane, Derek. Oh my God.
No, if you really love the
That's
Matrix, it's not that
insane.
crazy. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to be that guy. Next question. Come on. No way.
No. Say it again.
Come
Let's
on, you
hear
got
it.
this. I promise.
If
Just
I get
think
it
about
wrong, though, oh, that made sense. None of this
No.
makes sense.
The
Okay.
code in the Matrix.
Dumplings.
And sushi.
Wow.
Oh no. Okay,
I do not feel bad.
We'll
You
do
could've
the
lifeline.
saucing at the end. We'll keep
Correct.
score
At
and then
the
we'll do the punishment at the end. I'm gonna get one wrong. If that's
Okay.
the first question, I'm getting one wrong.
Do I get sauce?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We'll do it at the end. Do you want to do it
one.
at the end or do you want to hit the sauce
hit
after?
me the sauce now, bro.
Okay.
Are you doing the slightly less violent sauce, or are you going for violence?
Let him do less violence because that was a hard
I'm
question.
gonna do less violence too. I just
Correct.
wanted to show the last
Less
dab. So
violence.
there's your
Less
spoon.
No, give me violent.
Oh my God!
Oh.
No! I want you to do it,
No.
but dab, like get
Dab
a
careful,
dab.
like,
No,
very
dude, I
small.
trust you. I
Oh
trust
my
you.
God!
I
You
trust you.
shouldn't
I'm gonna
trust
zoom
me.
in on this trust.
Oh, dude.
Wait.
There's no little dropper.
Where the hell has this been?
That's a fresh.
It's a fresh.
That's a
spoon, dude.
fresh spoon.
Yo,
What does
Shaq,
it smell
clip
like?
Clip it. No, I didn't want to say it, bro. I'll do it.
Are you?
I'll put it.
There's no smell on the spoon. You're running game on me right now. Okay, we got to try it, dude. There's a whole bunch of stuff at the top. I don't like this.
I'm so
He
sorry.
ain't clean,
I'm so
is
sorry,
he?
Anthony. I'm
I
so
am
sorry.
clean.
Okay, there. Hold on. I see the. I see
Hold
the.
on.
Oh,
This is what we're gonna do.
I didn't want to look at it.
Oh God.
you got it. You
I
got
think
you.
even
You got
that
it?
is.
Okay.
Oh, I
You're
think
in there.
even that's gonna be horrible.
Okay.
maybe you'll just take like a
don't
chance.
stop. No, look at me. Look at my eyes.
So sorry.
No, like try. God dang it! Hold your breath. Do not laugh. Just
Okay.
Here we go. Look at my eyes.
Oh, you're staring
You
it
got
down
this.
while you do it. This is terrible. Oh God.
Dude, I don't like that.
Oh, it's clean. No water.
We're just gonna have to.
You're
sit.
raw dog in the
Damn,
hot
you're
sauce.
raw dog in the hot
Oh
sauce.
my
I
God.
respect it, dude. Okay, how you feeling? Is it?
Rambo.
No,
over
I'm not
here.
feeling good. Actually,
He's just gonna be sweating in 5 minutes.
it's not even sweat. You're gonna hear this.
If there's a break in this episode, just know we had to go get some emergency whole milk to calm down the storm. All
Okay,
right, fine.
Kyle, you ready for your
I'm doing
question?
mine at the end. He's a soldier. I can't do it right away. I got to coach myself through it. Hit
All
me
right,
with the
Kyle.
question.
Who actually drew the sketch of Rose in Titanic? Leonardo.
You.
Are you serious?
Okay,
go.
Hold on. Leonardo DiCaprio, Billy Zane, James Cameron, or Kathy Bates?
This is a softball question, right? Like you're not whammying me. This
I'm
isn't
not.
like
This honestly
isn't
is
like
actually-
Kathy Bates drew it
No,
off
no,
camera
this-
and then handed it to Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, lock it in. Boom.
No, he never drew the actual thing. It's James Cameron.
That's why it's a whammy question. He drew it in the movie.
The real person that drew it was James
Derek,
Cameron. It's well known. He
Derek,
drew the sketch.
Derek,
I knew that. Even
what
before
are these questions? What are these questions? No, hold on. We need a napkin. No. Oh, you just took more? No, I'm getting the lighter shit. You're making me do the.
The funny thing is, you knew it was a trick question, and you still
You
fell
didn't even
for
flinch when I asked you if it was bullshit.
Look at his hand. Look at his
In honor,
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. This is terrible.
In honor of Anthony, I had
Do
to play
it.
poker face, dude. I couldn't just give you the free.
Take
win
it
there.
easy. Tilt the bottle. Get it in there. Come on, a little more.
I'm going to tell you right now, Anthony, you will get this next question.
Stop. Oh my God.
You will get this next one correct.
Look at the Derek, zoom in on that dab, dude. That's insane. I hate my life right now. 1, 2, 3, go.
Did he go upside down too?
He did. Yeah. He did.
It's immediately terrible. I hate these hot sauces so much.
The fact he fell for the Leo too. I honestly know a lot. As like I am a movie nerd and buff, I knew that it was James Cameron that drew that picture.
Oh, okay. Shut up!
I hate you, Derek.
And I promise you're gonna get this question. I promise, dude. Where were the Lord of the Rings movies filmed?
New Zealand.
See, I didn't even have to get things correct. Anthony got it. See, I threw easy ones in there. The first.
Could you imagine if I said L.A.?
It's not even a couple of minutes. Like I'm immediately fucked up on that sauce. I feel terrible right now. Like we're gonna go to the hospital after this. This is terrible.
Kyle, you got this one too. I know you got this one. Which famous Pulp Fiction scene was filmed backward?
Wait, what?
Shut up, Derek. Shut up. Are you actually calling that an easy one?
It is, I promise. Think about it. Promise. When I tell you what it is, think about it. I know you got this. Vincent and Mia's dance scene, Mia's overdose scene, the
overdose scene.
There you go. You got it. Nailed it. Correct, because the needle. You got it.
We hate your bowl. We hate your bowl right now, bro.
We have 6 more questions. Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, you got this one, Anthony. I know you got this. Yeah. Freddy Krueger wears a striped sweater that is which colors?
Red and black.
Ooh, no, it's red and green. I'm so sorry, Anthony. It's red and green.
So
we're not doing any more hot sauce.
Wait, actually, low-key fun fact. Mortal Kombat 9 celebrates the black and red outfit, and the player 2 character gets the green and black.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's bullshit.
All right.
Okay. Shout out to that video game.
So let me
It's terrible.
It's not fun.
You gave me way more.
Oh, I'm just rolling a quick one to put who you guys see who wins here.
Stop taking your time.
I don't care how big we get. I'll never go on hot ones. This is the worst thing.
Okay, so Kyle, what was, and I'm going to give you options, what was the top grossing movie of 2014? The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, The Lego Movie, Captain America the Winter Soldier, or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Wow.
And remember, you have, like, you can
50-50.
Okay, so I'm going to take away Captain America in the Lego Movie. So you have either The Hunger Games or Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's so insanely hard because the Hunger Game movies were super hot, man. They were big. Everybody liked the books too.
You got this. Come on, man.
My tongue hurts so bad, but I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my God.
Is that your answer?
Guardians of the Galaxy, lock it in.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Good job,
all right.
Kyle. Good job.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Oh my God. I don't know how I'm going to survive the rest of this podcast. This is the worst thing ever. We might have to do a
I made this question specifically for you, buddy, so I feel like you should nail this.
All right.
What item is in every Fight Club scene? A Coca-Cola can, a Starbucks cup, a Dunkin' Donut, or a Pepsi
These
bottle?
questions are insane.
You didn't say cigarette? Like, wow. What were the options?
Think about it. What item is in every Fight Club scene? A Coca-Cola can, a Starbucks cup,
How
a
are
Dunkin'
you so
Donut, a
fucking
Pepsi
calm
bottle.
right now?
Anthony took it like a champ, but he took a little less than you, so.
I'm trying to not deep breathe into the mic. This is...
Man, I'm going to take a...
Do you want the 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take away the Coca-Cola can, and I'm gonna take away the Dunkin' Donut. So it's either a Starbucks cup or a
Starbucks, bro.
Nailed it. Good
Yeah,
job.
because I remember a featured
job,
Starbucks
Anthony.
cup, but I didn't realize it was throughout the
entire. Ever seen
them in Game of Thrones. That's how they gave up on that last season. There's a straight.
All right, you guys
Starbucks
are rolling now. You guys are kind of getting them right. See, you gave me shit, but you guys are nailing this. All right, Kyle.
Sushi.
Some of the Velociraptor scenes in Jurassic Park are actually which animals mating? Tortoises, frogs, lizards.
He's dead.
Finish the options, Derek.
He's building up sweat under the eye.
Yeah,
I'm kind of crying. Like I'm going to cry.
Some of the Velociraptor noises in Jurassic Park are actually which animals mating, and this has been on social media: tortoises, frogs, lizards, or crocodiles.
Shut up, dude. Those things are birds. Options again. I'm going to get this one wrong.
Tortoises, frogs, lizards, crocodiles. Do you want a lifeline? Do you want to feel like maybe we can call somebody?
Well, because initially we weren't even supposed to do.
How about this? You just make the noise and you let them choose.
There's no way I can make that
you
noise,
can.
dude.
Yeah, you can. You got the 3 names right there of those animals.
Okay.
Make each sound.
It would be so hard.
Okay. I'm taking a shot. 3, 2, 1. Tortoises.
Nailed it. Good job.
Said that.
Great job, dude.
Have you seen them? Have you seen them when they mate?
I have. Yeah.
Have you seen that one fish that gets deep, throated? He's like, oh my god.
So I gotta say, you guys are doing good now.
But
you guys haven't got punished more than once.
Have you seen the memes? I'm going to a delusional state right now because of this hot sauce. But the tortoises, and it sounds like Owen Wilson saying "wow." It's like wow.
All right, Anthony. Next, we have 2 questions left. Let me see where you guys are on score wise. Hold on.
It's like, I don't want to disrespect the hot sauce, but I feel like it's tapering off slightly. But I feel like the second I say that, it's just going to turn into a raging inferno on my tongue again.
Okay, so I gotta say,
this is a bad idea. This
Anthony,
is my idea.
Kyle is winning by 1, so it's 3-2 right now.
I don't care.
All right, Anthony, here we go. Which movie is this quote from?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
7.
Nailed it. Good job. I did that for.
You're giving him all the good questions.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? That's a great line.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey's like, it's not what you think.
So
You're
you guys
Schneidering me right now. I feel like Rob Schneider and Big Daddy. You give him all the easy ones.
You guys are tied. So to win the game, or we'll go into a tiebreak. Kyle, the last question. Which Star Wars characters appear in Indiana Jones?
If I get it wrong, do I lose?
You would tie, and we'd have to do a tiebreak.
Star Wars characters in Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Are you giving me the 4 options?
Do you want the 4 options?
Hell yeah.
He's looking at it.
R2-D2 and C-3PO, Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Whoa.
Shut up, man. This isn't real.
No, I feel like it is because, one of those guys have been.
I'm Googling this afterwards. Give me the choices again, and I'm immediately going to pick one and get it wrong. Congratulations to Anthony Hord, the winner of this game. Go.
Well, you guys are tied right now, but R2-D2 and C-3PO, Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
No.
Wrong. R2-D2 and C-3PO.
They had robots in Indiana Jones.
Dude,
Shut up.
You can hide that pottery barn thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sudden death.
Sudden death. So let me find a sudden death questions. All right, here we go.
Oh, no. If we're doing sudden death, get out your phone and type it, or we need to write it down. We get the same question. This is like Jeopardy, because I feel like I'm probably going to get it wrong, but...
Okay, I like this one then. Okay.
I'll type my answer, you can say yours, and I'll turn the phone around.
What object was Toy Story's Woody originally?
Wait, say the question?
What? You want a different question? You want a different one?
Or give us 4 choices.
Okay. What object was Toy Story's Woody originally? A ventriloquist dummy, a puppet, a clown doll, or a nesting doll?
I think the first one.
He's going to write it down too. Okay, Anthony is the winner. It was a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah. No, it's that whole...
Good job.
I could have sworn it was that because I think in the bonus features, I'm such a geek, but they were talking about like the collection of Woody regalia they hid one of the ideas that he was supposed to be a different.
Well, and he was kind of hinged like a
the original.
Yeah.
Too.
That's why your puppet it is kind of like close to. But hey, you know what? You thought those were questions like were pretty hard, but you guys nailed them except for the first one you guys got through it too.
Relenting
the Matrix is sushi. That's crazy.
And I'm gonna say since you already took an insane dab, you're good. You don't have to take.
Oh, neither one of us are doing any more of that. Oh my god, that was a one-time thing. How old are you? Are we like around the same age? Or do you not want to answer that?
No, I can answer that. I just want to kind of hold out. What do you? I'll play this like I do with all the chicks. How old do you think I am?
I would say that you're 31.
How old do you think I am?
28.
Yeah, I'm 31.
Okay. Oh, nailed it. Sweet Eric. Yeah.
Let's go.
So, do you remember they had, I think this was on Sega Genesis or something, they had a Toy Story video game.
I remember for Super NES.
Fun, yeah. Super NES as well.
That was super fun.
Yeah, Sega, no, I wasn't a fan of that one, but yeah.
So I'm
Super
37, NES. Anthony, and he's 36.
Yeah.
Same ballpark, different but same.
No,
same.
it is like you guys would be the big bros already playing the games I was trying to get into. I was just getting my hands on a controller roughly around Super Mario World for Super NES.
So I got a fun question for you because you're in that world. So you like Call of Duty. Yeah. What would be your Call of Duty operator? What would he look like? And hit us with a line.
Yeah, I like that because you got to be that.
I did
in Homestead, which is dope. You had the full loadout.
So like the get out of jail free card, I would honestly do what I'm doing now. I'm kind of poking fun at Activision. I want Rocco. I want to put a Homestead character in there.
That is a life achievement moment getting skinned.
Yeah,
I would love to get skinned.
If I had to have my own version, it would be kind of similar to what I'm branding myself. The kid that's got his Vans on, got the gun, and leather jacket. That's it.
The everyday hero. He could pop the trunk and get the loadout like an SAS member and just go
and hit us with your line, Anthony. Hit us with a line. What would your line be?
Put me in a scenario because you can't just have one line. Put me in
Okay. Here's a scenario.
Yeah, set me up.
You're with the boys. You're on Verdansk.
Yeah.
You're rushing into one of the firehouses, and you're just gonna smash through those double doors and smoke whoever's. You're gonna slide around the corner. You're gonna b-hop. You're gonna get up and just.
And do I say it as or do I say it after?
Oh yeah, you're like mid slide, prepared to decimate somebody, and you're just and you're hitting the line right as you're firing on them.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Hey, boys on fire. All right, breaking the door. Stack up. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Go, preach. What up, bitch? Bob. nothing but bits. Yeah. Get fucked.
If I ever get the opportunity. If I ever kick through the door, what's up, bitch, is going to be my line.
Yeah,
I'm stealing that. That's a good one.
It's just funny to me because, all the kids are used to that. But, you know how funny that would be if you're... I'm so sorry, dark humor, but you send a full 5.56 round into somebody that cannot breathe now, and they're fading out, and the last thing they see is you go, take that.
You emote, you just teabag, you're just like, yeah.
That's way more wild.
They gotta bring, they gotta bring the teabag back. I feel like that kind of went away for a while. It was like, don't do it. I love it. Bring it back.
So, dude, to bring it back, though, I think what games have to do is stop getting so complicated. If we can go down the tangent of games, dude, the teabag was literally a crouch mechanic in Halo, and it's a game where you don't crouch. You had to hold the crouch button to crouch. It wasn't just tap, hey, now I'm in prone. It was... You kind of had to do it. So
the new Omni movement is insane. You got to be cracked on.
You need Adderall prescription for that.
The Omni movement, though, I feel is cool, but also it's the devs knew some scissoring action was going to happen. They could see the animation. They're like, oh yeah, this is going to make content.
Or you see the guys that do the body shield thing and they run them into a corner.
Know. At this point, there's no way they don't know.
That shit is diabolical. Just taking something.
When you take someone hostage, it's so funny, dude, from behind, and you're like, yeah take it. And you're just like, no, he's got me.
It's funny because the old school game mechanics were just much more basic, like SOCOM. SOCOM was the original competitive shooter.
Yeah, I remember
and the main thing was it wasn't snaking, it was strafing.
Yes,
you'd wiggle to avoid getting hit.
If you see me play games or even actually kind of do gunfights, I strafe. I pop in and out of cover.
What's that game where the pedal? It's called Time. When you hit the pedal.
Time Crisis.
Time Crisis. That was a fun one. I used to love that game. Dude.
Time Crisis.
The pedal, the duck, and then you hit it back.
House of the Dead.
Speaking of odd titles, have you played a game called Time Splitters 2?
No,
I don't think so.
What's that about? No,
I mean, it's not really what it's about, really.
Okay.
You'll understand that. Once you put it in, it's just by the devs who made GoldenEye, and they had a chance to make a PS2, Xbox / GameCube game.
I like really GoldenEye, dude. That was a great one. They're actually
GoldenEye's a classic, dude. With the boys, man, with the quad split screen.
They're coming out GoldenEye 2, and they're gonna put it on the Switch, dude.
Okay, you say that, but I'm not stoked because GoldenEye did come out. The Daniel Craig lineup of games. Shame on you, game developers. You didn't take advantage. The only good one was Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
If you played the movie games.
Yeah, I have not.
I take pride in movie games. I love Lord of the Rings 3 movie
that
game.
was good. That was good. I like those movies. The Lord
X-Men
of the Rings.
Origins.
I shattered a PlayStation controller playing the Lord of the Rings.
You did it. You're that guy.
I was like 13.
I'll call you out. I had a cousin that almost smashed my mother's TV because of Mario Party 7 on the GameCube.
We're Mario Party raging?
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe him. Yeah.
Oh,
that was my GameCube controller.
I try not to do it so much anymore, and Derek has witnessed some of it. That's why I could never stream, because I'm just like, fuck out to 13-year-olds, and that is not healthy.
Hilarious,
nobody needs to see that.
It is. Those kids kids need to learn. They need to learn.
It's
If
hilarious.
only the game chats that you knew we were used to.
Dude,
I've been
09.
in the war.
09 was hard.
So at the time that this is released, they have come back out with Verdansk. Are you a Verdansk guy? That's like peak.
So-
We gotta drop
Did,
into
did you guys
Verdansk.
creep on my socials the past week?
I did. I saw.
Yeah,
Okay, I
you've been
reached
doing the
out,
Call
yeah.
of Duty trailers. I love it.
I'm not sorry, Activision. I have chosen not to play your game because when it
Oh.
first dropped, Warzone was amazing. Like Modern Warfare 2019, 2020, all that was
Fond
amazing.
memories.
But I stopped, dude. I stopped because I saw what you were doing to me. You're making me upset. And then I have clips, man. I made, dude, I love Dr. Disrespect, right? And so I watch his highlights and I'm like, ooh, I wish I had a guy to do it for me, but I have to be the guy. So I made edits, and on the back burner, I was like, yo, let me screen record this. And so I posted up some clips of, Verdansk. Good times. And so it's energy. Yeah, I love that.
They even I was watching some footage. They even brought back like the little medals and stuff when you get a kill. Like they made
Yes.
it look like the old.
So have
school
they
game.
got you
It's
back then? Because you were
nostalgia.
anti. But are you coming back now for?
So,
Verdansk?
dude,
Or you
okay,
wanna
let's
play
actually
it?
dive into this. If we can go over time, yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
dude. So, long story, spare some details. I was in a place where, dude, I had it all, right? Essentially, like, what I would consider have it all. And then I was just playing too much of the games. I was ignoring a lot of responsibilities. And, like, right when the peak of just, the world's kind of tucked away now. Like,
Yeah.
we are packed away doing things, and I just played so many games. I saw these streamers. I'm like, what a way to do it. And I already love this game. And so I tried to make the content, but I just got lost in the sauce, like really, 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 really bad. And it got to a point where it cost me a lot of relationships. But going forward, I saw that as like, dude, you struggled so hard to make content out of this game that's kind of just something fun to chew on. It shouldn't be your life, you have life to live. And so then I gave up all my games. I sold it. I gave everything away, took the cash.
Oh, okay, that's
and
a power move.
And I bought a gun. And so then I bought like an M16 in 1911, and I fired off the first shot at the range. And, I'm sorry, guys, but the hammer was cocked back, knew it was clear. I went, I couldn't believe what I was
You
smelling.
Deadpooled it. You just
Dude, I'm touching myself tonight. Yeah. So like low key, I just couldn't believe the dopamine I was really getting from the real stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I am an actor. I'm not just a gamer. I'm not just like this influencer trying to make his way. Like, I need to become the guy. And so I just dedicated the past couple of years to attempting that. And then it just became
No, I love that, dude, because
this.
Keanu Reeves, John Wick, he fucking went to the professional shooters and competition, and that guy's a badass
Yeah.
in real life, too, where he can shoot
I'm a big
guns and
2A
shit,
guy. We
so
don't get
it's
too
sick.
deep into that in the pod because it's pretty divisive.
Correct,
And I feel like people are entitled to their opinions. I just don't like people getting upset about it because I'm not hating on what you're doing with your life. But I think it's good. And I think if you're an American citizen, it behooves you, if you live, like, bless the state of Nevada, we have very gun-friendly laws here,
Yeah.
and I exercise my rights because you should.
Yeah,
as an
well,
American.
yeah.
Let
And
me-
also,
yeah.
it's like, getting back to what you were talking about, like, you have to find a balance with all your hobbies.
Yes.
Like, you don't want to be... Every day you're like, I gotta go out to the... Because
Yeah.
I go out to the desert. I like to shoot steel. I don't like
Yeah.
necessarily going to indoor ranges and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's a lot of work to go and do that. And,
Yeah.
that, gaming, the podcast takes up a lot of life. Just like similar to what you're doing with acting and your training and everything.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find a way to make all the pieces fit and not have something take over your whole life.
Dude, yeah, it's just balance of life, and that's the most real thing I can bring to the table right now on this podcast. Is like the balance is the hardest thing to find, and I think you're always finding it because, I am a God-fearing man. Like, I'm actually terrified if I make some choices, I'm going somewhere. So I've decided to like take that and be like, yo, I could put my time into some distractions and know that it's not going to fulfill, or I could go hardcore into something and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I love that.
You open up versions of yourself that you didn't know existed when you have a little discipline and stuff. And as far as practicing your faith and stuff, I was born and raised Catholic. I do
Okay.
believe in God.
Yeah.
But also it's similar. It's similar to the gun thing where it's just like, I don't want to preach to anybody. Believe what you want to believe, and as long as you're not hurting anyone, cool.
Live it.
And don't hate on what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
don't hate
because
on it.
This is my mission. This is what I'm doing with my life. This
Yeah.
is what's helping me get to where I want to be and achieve my
Yeah,
goals.
and that's
100.
what this place is about. Is everyone can have their own opinions, and
Yeah.
I think we've gone away from that. So, but Anthony, this has been so fun, man. Thanks again for
Yeah.
giving us your time, coming on. Hit us with the plugs, man. Plug your social media, your merch. Hit us with the information.
yeah,
dude.
social media is my main actor account where I like to produce content and kind of repost up other stuff I've been in is Anthony_Hord. I'm running a merchandise line, the Horde Army.
Let's go,
Guys,
Yeah.
high quality merch. I love
Let's
a good
go.
shirt.
It's sick, dude.
This is
Yeah.
an OG one, man. man, from 2017. I still wear the same one, and I only do that on purpose to show you how long these things last, dude.
And to show off the guns and shit.
It's great, man. It's great.
And I love the dad hat. High quality merch. We love it. We're trying to do the same thing.
I got to cop it myself. So like, I'm lowball, man. I've only bought a few pieces I know that are good for me, but I need to explore. I want to get all the other Horde Army merch for
Rock the brand, buddy. And we'll have to get you a naturals jersey as well. You know, so you can
dude, I want to rep that and just look at people and be like, "You ain't Natty.
Yeah,
you ain't Natty.
You ain't Natty, bro.
You didn't go on the podcast."
Yeah, dude. Let's go, dude.
Check out Anthony's socials. Check out his website. He's got great merch. We'll post upcoming projects he has in the socials. Check him out. Support the people that we collaborate with. Absolutely. As always, that's my man, Sweet Derek. I'm Uncle Kyle. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.
Fuck yes, boys.
Bang, let's go.
Fuck yes, boys.